Now, everybody had already been accusing Zero Dark 30 of collaborating with the CIA too much and putting out their propaganda for them. Obviously, in the beginning of Zero Dark 30, there's a scene where there's torture, and it leaves you with the implication that the information they got from the torture helped to capture bin Laden. Now, they don't directly say it in the movie, but there's a heavy inference. Now, in reality, we know that that's not what happened. The information we got from the torture did not lead to the capture of bin Laden. The information we got that led to the capture of bin Laden, we got through regular interrogation. You know why we do the regular interrogation? Because it works. Torture most of the time does not work. Oftentimes, they will tell you whatever you need to know or think that you need to know so that you stop torturing them. So we've seen over and over in these cases, people will just start making stuff up. What do you need? And most famously, al-Libi in Egypt, when we extraordinarily renditioned to Egypt, and they were torturing him, and they were about to bury him alive, said, okay, I think you want to invade Iraq, so yes, Iraq worked with al-Qaeda to do 9/11. They're like, thanks God, finally. Now, of course, al-Libi was lying about that, but they used that false evidence to invade Iraq, which, of course, was the actual mission of torture to begin with. Not to get true evidence, but to get false evidence. So now it turns out Gawker's got their hands on memos that shows that Zero Dark 30 actually collaborated with the CIA even more than we realized before. They explained that they had calls where the CIA would tell the writer, Mark Boal, what to take out of the movie that they didn't like. Quote, during these calls, Boal verbally shared the screenplay for Zero Dark 30 in order to get the CIA's feedback, and the CIA's Public Affairs Department verbally asked Boal to take out parts that they objected to. According to the memo, he did. By the way, the CIA's Public Affairs Department is a kind word for their propaganda department. So, the CIA also took issue with an interrogation scene that featured a dog intimidating a detainee. Boal took it out. Now, the reality is that did all happen often, most famously in Abu Ghraib, but also at Guantanamo Bay. Whether it was part of the torture that led to the non-information about bin Laden that was portrayed in the movie is a different question. But the bottom line is the CIA says, that doesn't make us look good. Take it out. And Mark Boal goes, absolutely, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for collaborating with the movie, sir. I will take it out of the movie, sir. And the CIA memo says, Boal confirmed in January that the use of dogs was taken out of the screenplay. So we have the memo from the CIA confirming we told him to take it out. He took it out. He's a good little boy. The memo continues. One scene early in the film that was objected to was a rooftop party in Islamabad where an officer, after drinking, fires a celebratory burst of AK-47 gunfire into the air. We insisted mixing drinking and firearms is a major violation, and actions like this do not happen in real life. We requested this be taken out of the film. Boal confirmed he took this out of the film. Oh, that makes us look bad. Well, that would be a violation. Don't show any of our violations. And in another instance, they said, oh, you know, you have us taping the interrogations. We would never do that. No, we would. These are violations. Except they did tape the interrogations. They did have the tape on torture. Then they illegally destroyed the tapes, which, of course, then Obama came in and said, I don't look backward, I look forward. Even though that was the most clear violation of the law I've ever seen, everybody's free to go. But it's absurd to say they didn't tape the interrogations when we know for a fact that they taped them. So, and were there instances where they might have drank and fired into the air? Well, certainly Blackwater and the private contractors did that on a regular basis. Could it have been true that the CIA also did it? It could have been, but we'll never know because their propaganda department won. Boal took that out of the movie as well. And the memo continues. He's agreed to share scripts and details about the movie with us, so we're absolutely comfortable with what he'll be showing. Well, if that ain't a propaganda film, I don't know what is. Here is the CIA saying, we made sure that we took out everything that was uncomfortable to us in the movie. And so in the end, what he's showing is exactly what the CIA is comfortable with. And of course, most famously, as I started with, the torture scene in the beginning kind of absolves the CIA for all the torture they did by implying that, well, if they hadn't done that, we never would have gotten bin Laden. What are you guys still crying about that torture for? No. The CIA was heroic and did everything right. So in the end, this Zero Dark 30, It's a damning indictment of the filmmakers here, Mark Boal and, of course, Catherine Bigelow as well, because apparently they took their notes directly from the CIA and did their bidding. It's not much of an independent movie, if you ask me.